Hello everybody, this is Stephen Whitfield with Drilling Contractor here at IADC's headquarters in Houston, Texas. Now recently, IADC's Supply Chain Committee hosted the first in its Emerging Talent series, where it gathers college students studying supply chain management to meet with subject matter experts in the area in a series of mock interviews meant to simulate the types of interviews that they would see as they entered into the job market. It also provided an opportunity for these students to network with these professionals and with other students from around the area. Now, in this video, we spoke with a few of the students who participated in this event to get their thoughts on what it meant to them and what it was like to participate in these interviews. And we also spoke with IADC Supply Chain Chairperson Isabela Louback about why the committee decided to do this and what value it sees with interacting with students in this manner. So check it out. So we're here with the chair of the IADC Supply Chain Committee, Isabela Louback of Precision Drilling. She's been running around like mad, going in from room to room and speaking in front of the students. So I think that she has, if anybody here has any insight into how all this has happened, it's going to be her. So we'll get her thoughts on everything. So Isabela, thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, thank you.
Let's talk first about what this event is. Tell us about what everybody's doing here.
Okay, so we had the idea a few months ago, our supply chain committee, to create this series that we are calling Emerging Talent Series. It's a series because we want to do it twice a year. We are starting today with our first session, and we want to do another one in the fall. So we have here in this building today about 37 students from 4 different universities in Houston area. And our idea is to help them, right? We have a few goals, and the first one is to promote IADC, is to promote our industry, is to let them know what are we doing. Second is also to talk more about supply chain. What is supply chain in the land and offshore drill as a land and offshore drilling contractor? What do we do? We explain to them all the parts and pieces of supply chain, how life looks at supply chain. All of them are pursuing supply chain management in their universities. And what we are doing today here is mocking interviews, is to prepare them for the real life interviews. We want to make sure that we'll bridge the gap between academic and prepare them for the real life careers. So we are going one by one-on-one interviews, and we are also giving them feedbacks. How did they do? We are looking to their resumes. So it's really us helping them to be ready for their career goals.
So it's like a mock job interview.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
So that sort of segues into my next question about sort of why do an event like this? I mean, it seems like preparing the young professionals and the students who are coming up for that next step is one big goal here, but what are some of the main goals that you have with something like this?
Yeah, we want to give back. We want to make sure that we make them ready. They are all young students. Some of them didn't have any job experience, any experience with interviews. So we want to help them to be ready. Look to my career, all other professionals that are here. That's how we started. We started with internships. We started young with in our supply chain life. So that's what we are trying to do here, is to help them, like somebody helped us in the past to get into the industry, get into an early job or internship, and be ready for the interview, be ready to answer the questions, be ready to ask questions. And it's really like a real world interview that is going here. And we have 12 volunteers from our supply chain committee, all experienced volunteers from onshore and offshore drilling contractors. We have 2 partners helping us as well. So a lot of work from our committee, but our goal is really to give back to them, is to share our knowledge, lessons learned, and our experience.
So I've seen you going around. You've been talking to students. You've been talking to everybody. So your impression so far, I mean, I've talked to a few of these students, and they seem just to be really sharp. What have your impressions been with these
I'm
students?
very happy. I think the feedback we are getting from them just they want to learn. They are here to learn. They are eager to go and come and work for our industry. They want to know about supply chain. And I think for us, that feeling of helping them, it's just really, it's a good feeling for us and all the professionals that are here.
This has been interesting to see. Really have appreciated being out here, and the first in a series. So I'll be looking forward to seeing what future efforts in this series will produce. So thank you for taking the time to explain it for us.
And we appreciate IADC support on the rooms today with all the organization. It's not easy to manage 40 students, so very happy with the support.
So we're here with one of the students who participated in this event today, Aiden Orozco, senior at the University of Houston downtown campus. So he's going to tell us a little bit about his experience here today. So Aiden, thank you so much for joining me.
Of course.
So tell us a little bit more about you. What are you studying? What are you hoping to do?
Right, so I'm studying supply chain management. I hope to get into sourcing, I hope to get into transportation, I hope to get into just overall operations of the whole entire flow of supply chain. I like the bigger picture and how it looks, but I'm more specifically interested in how businesses use sourcing strategies to select their suppliers, reduce their risk, and to balance costs.
So tell us a little bit about this experience for you so far. First, why was this event intriguing for you? Why did you want to participate?
Early in my career, I have yet to get an internship, so I feel like coming to this event is the best for my career as a starting point. It'll help me get the confidence to get that interview and do well in that interview. So yeah.
So as we sit here, you've done one interview and you have one more left to go here. So I got to ask, you know, as somebody who hasn't had to do an interview in a while, beyond these types of interviews, what has that experience been like to sort of talk with people in the industry and sort of get your name out there?
It was awesome. I really like talking to professionals that have over 30 years of experience, and I'm just a new freshie in my career. So this whole experience was awesome. I learned a lot of insight, and I was a little nervous about the interview, but it went pretty smooth, and I'm glad that it went smooth.
So I guess we'll be hearing you down the line here. Maybe you'll be a supply chain committee head at some point. We'll be hearing you in a few years, huh?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
So we're here with Abdou Koli, who is at Houston Community College, and he's another student who's participated here and gotten some great experiences so far. So we're going to talk to him a little bit about those experiences. So Abdul, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much. I'm the one who's going to thank you for the invitation that you gave me and the opportunity to be here today.
Well, it's our pleasure to have you out here.
Sir,
so let's talk a little bit about this. I've said a little bit about who you are, but maybe you can tell us.
Of course,
a little bit more.
I can more introduce myself better than you. So my name is Abdou Koli. I'm from West Africa. So I've been here in the United States for 3 years and student at HCC, Houston Community College, majoring in supply chain and logistics. So my background was like a little bit about economics and global trade and operation. So I just decided to continue learning more about supply chain and logistics sector. So that's a little bit about me.
What is it about supply chain that intrigues you so much?
All right, so the supply chain is a very big industry, where you can learn from the procurement, from the warehousing, from the inventory, from buying and all those to the end consumer. You as supply chain manager have to, manage the entire process from buying a product, taking it to the end consumer. So to buy the product, to manage the transportation, where the logistics come from, and then to the end consumer, the entire system is what we call like supply chain in general.
So this event in particular, what made you want to come here?
All right, so the most important thing for me to be here is when I heard that they're going to talk about oil and gas industry. So I'm very passionate about oil and gas industry, and then I'm very happy today to be here at IADC, International Association of Drilling Contractor, where I learn about more professional people who've been in offshore industry, who've been in land drilling industry. They've been working, they have a lot of experience. I heard from them. I get more contacts. I've been, in network with most of them. I get a card. And then I wish I can, learn from their experience to develop myself, to get more to learn about the industry, and then see where life is going to take us to.
Well, then obviously you have to participate in the mock interviews and talking to people within the industry. What kind of value do those conversations provide for you?
Yeah, that sounds interesting. I just had an interview with I just forgot her name though. So
Somebody really important, I'm sure.
So she's working at Precision Drilling. She just gave me a quick interview, and then she was very, 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 I'm gonna say very serious about it. She was trying to advise me to continue learning in the industry, because she see me like I'm very passionate about oil and gas industry. And then she gave me the advice and some courses that I can take that can help me, gain my foot in the industry. And then from there, I'm gonna get a lot of experience if I want to move forward in the industry, or I just want to, find somewhere where I can hide myself and start making my money now.
Well, that's what it's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, it was very interesting, that interview. So I really enjoyed it.
Well, Abdou, thank you for coming out here.
I'm the one who's gonna thank you guys for this amazing opportunity. And then I'm very open to learn from you guys that have a lot of experience and to become more helpful to my community too.
So we're here with Aaron Narcisse, the University of Houston downtown, another student who participated here at the event and has some really cool insights about his experiences here. Let's get a little bit about that. So, Aaron, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself. I've been asking every other student here to tell us about themselves. So, tell us about yourself.
So, I'm Aaron Narcisse. I'm a senior studying supply chain at the University of Houston downtown. And I'm very interested in logistics and learning more about the oil sector, oil and gas, because we're in Houston, of course. So it's a huge place for us. And to be here in Houston and learning about supply chain, I'm very grateful to have this opportunity to be here with y'all and really to learn more about stuff that's happening in our backyard.
So let's talk about this event in particular.
Right.
Why come here? Okay. What made you want to come here today?
I would say about 2 weeks ago, the IADC supply chain community came to our school, and they really, gave us some great insight and stressed the importance of doing your background research and learning about what do you want to do in school. And when they came and explained the land drilling and the difference between offshore and on land, and they really seemed passionate about it. So when I seen their passion, it really got me excited and said, oh, I want to be a part of something that they're doing, because they're coming and giving back to us, and I really want to be a part of the change that they're trying to provide to us. So that's got me interested. And beforehand, I didn't really know too much about IADC, but now I'm very, very excited to attend more events, to meet more members, and to just keep this progression and keeping this continuous improvement of learning going, especially with the supply chain community.
That's great to hear. So what have you learned so far being out here in this environment that you might not have learned in the classroom or in your previous experiences?
That's a great question, Stephen. So I think I learned a lot today about definitely trade compliance and exportation rules, learning how to export things very efficiently and doing them in a very safe manner. So, and their user certificate has been a huge thing. So I'm getting kind of acclimated with that today and learning about how to do things in different countries. Because a lot of times in school, it's very domestic based. But of course, with IADC, it's a very global organization. So we talked a little bit about how to do business in different countries, places that you just don't think about in school. So I was really getting a global perspective and trying to see, okay, this is what I need to learn, this is what I need to freshen up on, and really take notes internally to see what I need to do to improve myself.
Well, it's a multinational industry, this, so you got to learn how to work in different regulations, different countries. So, hey, good luck with everything.
Thank you.
Hopefully we'll be seeing you around here, and thank you for taking the time. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
So we'd like to thank Isabela and the students for participating in this video interview with us. From IADC's headquarters in Houston, Texas, this is Stephen Whitfield. Thank you for visiting drillingcontractor.org.